Yes, so good day, my wonderful people. It's been a very good day today. The sun was hot, but it was blessed. Oh, yeah. It's a day of the Most High, yeah. And everything the Most High made, everything that was created by Him is beautiful. Now, today, as you can see up on that screen here, we have, do you have a heart that craves truth? Well, that actually is an open statement because we could talk about anything just about now. But what I want to talk about is when you are born again, what actions should be taken. Okay, and I will give you certain examples, eventually. Now, what I am talking about is this. And I'll give you a particular example. Now, recently, the mighty sparrow or slinger Francisco was what he termed born again, right? So he actually gave up his past life. Well, that is the term, being born again. And cast away the old man, decide to pick up the new and live a new life. Now, we know of other people who had done that. For example, we have, what was Lady Soy's name? But her name is Marianne Hall, the Jamaican who actually gave up the dancehall and went into church and baptized and be a minister. Okay, then I like to mention Benny Hinn, who confessed his sins, his past sins of basically robbing people their money and tricking people, and you could tell me a whole lot more because we all know they exist, but I just give you a couple examples so you would know what I'm talking about. Now, first of all, let us look at the mighty sparrow. He had been a successful Calypsonian, very successful in that respect. He's named the King of Calypso. Okay, plenty crowns and everything else. So he's been honored as the greatest Calypsonian who walk. So he lived all his life like that. And when I say all his life, I mean all his life, basically. But only recently he decided, that is what we saw, he decided that he will change because it seems as if you get to a realization that his life, or the life that he used to be living in the past, he don't get this kind of satisfaction that he really need in his life, maybe, or he realized that it was the wrong way to go, and it was not the way of the Most High or Elohim. Well, I'm telling you, how I'm seeing it. So he decided to cast away the old man and pick up the new man, being born again. And he went and joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church. He was baptized and everything. Now, the thing about it is that if that is what he want to do, he does. I personally have many differences in relation to those churches and what they do and the concepts and whatever they have going. I mean, I could tell you a whole lot of stuff that might even get you to realize that Sparrow made a big mistake. Maybe he should have just sing Calypso. I could do, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But let's say in his mind, because according to the scripture, it's about your faith also, you know. But then he also saved the blind, they all fall in a ditch. So we have to be still careful, okay? But your faith could set you free. Now, the point I'm making is casting away the old man and picking up the new man. So the fact that Sparrow was successful, plenty monies, maybe, who knows, plenty properties, whatever he have, royalties from his former life, like whether it is Gin and Diner, whether it is the Modi Maria, whether it is Saltfish, whether it is Excuses, whatever Calypso he sung back in the day. Let's say he has his royalties from those Calypso. Now, I know you know where I'm getting at right now. You see, what I am thinking is that if you become a new person, you let go the old life and you become a new person, do you not think that you should drop everything in connection with the old you, the old way of life? The life that you recognize was not good for you. You understand? I think that you should let all that go. So, in other words, you have absolutely no rights with the songs that you sung in the past, whether it is all this smart and everything. You make sure that you put it on like you have no rights to those things. You give it up, leave it there. If there is any royalties, let the royalties go to the poor, let the royalties go to whosoever, but not to him, because, or not to, if it is my case, not to me, because I cut off this life. I drop the old life and I pick up the new. Now, if you want to go forward in your so-called new life, but still looking for royalties, trying to accept royalties from the wicked way, yes, that was a wicked way, that is why you changed, then it's like trying to serve two masters, you know. Because I could remember in the scripture it is written that a young man went to Yahushua HaMashiach, which is the Christ, and asked him about being saved. And the young man wanted to be saved, but he was a wealthy person. But the son of our Elohim told him that with all the wealth that he has, go sell it and give it to the poor, and give the monies to the poor, and then you could follow me. Now, this guy was a rich guy, and obviously he was a shrewd businessman. But I will tell you something. The reason I do believe the Christ told him to go and give it to the poor is because most business people, and maybe all business people that we know of, usually depends on the poor to keep their business alive. So the poor works with them. The poor becomes the consumers. You understand? So when prices go up, it is the poor that feel in the pressure. Everything is from the poor. The poor basically are the pillars of that society we live in. So give it to the poor and come follow me. But as it usually is with people who are wealthy, he could not give up his wealth. So he turned away, and he was sad because he wanted to follow with all his wealth. You know, regardless of how he got it, you don't know if he was a bandit, we don't know what he did. You know, being dishonest with people, we just don't know. You know, so he was sad because he could not give up his wealth. So he chose to go back to his wealth than to follow the path of life. Okay, so the point I'm making here is that I would like to know that people who make that decision, they make it wholeheartedly. You understand? Your life have to be different. Your life have to be charitable 100%. Okay? Now I could remember, let me just talk about Marian Hall for a moment. I could remember a year or two ago, I was reading the tabloids where Marian Hall, she's a minister, but I think somebody somewhere in the US or so sampled one of her songs. You understand? They sampled one of her songs, and she's thinking to get to that person so she could get royalties for her music. You understand? So then it's just like if you're telling me when you do this thing, it's like you have one foot in hell and one foot wherever. You know, if you give up the life, you give it up totally, you find that the same minister always, or most of the time, always in some form of slight ladylike conflict with even artists in the dancehall industry. But the point here is that she is a minister. She gave up that life, but she's still holding on to it. Okay, she's still looking for her warranties. The same life she gave up because she think it was the wrong way, right? She holding on to it. You see, and that's the truth about it. She holding on to it. So she want to, maybe, who knows, I don't know how this thing turn out with her and some artist who maybe sample her music or whatever it is. But the point of the matter is, why hold on to it? But she do. Now Benny Hinn is a next case, so you'll find that he hold on to all the money, scam all the people with. So you know, I don't have not much to talk about here. I just make here an example that a guy could come and talk and say he's repented, and it's just like if he throw something over your eyes, let you feel some compassion for him, but he continue in his ways and he reaping the rewards of his wickedness and the way he lived in the past. So the Most High will deal with him. Then there is another person who gave up his music too and become a minister, and it seems to me like when he becomes a minister, he still sing his songs, the same songs and the life he used to live. He still do it. That was Al Green, you know, but somebody had said that he gave up the rights to his music, which I doubt, you know. But the fact of the matter is, he does still sing his music. You know, if I am not wrong, I think he does still have shows like how he used to have before. You know, so I don't know if people are trying to mix heaven and hell. I don't know what kind of brew they are trying to make, but I will tell you something. If you decide to change your life, you decide that you don't want to live the way you used to live before. Sometime before you could have been a slut. You understand? Sometime before you could have been a thief. Sometimes before you could have been a cussbud. Sometimes before you could be whatever. You know, just doing wickedness. Now if you decide to change, you change your life. You live it in the past. If you were a slut before, you was a prostitute, you don't change your life and then go back and asking one of your ex-client for money he owes you. You understand what I'm saying? You just don't do that. And then if you're a thief and you decide to continue your life in the way of truth, then whatever you stole, you give it back. Whatever you stole, whatever you dishonestly received, you give it back. You understand? You have to let go the past and everything that attach you to that past entirely. My friend, you cannot serve two masters. If you decide to make a change, if truth really hit you, and that could prove to you whether you are genuine or not, right? Because if you are truly changed, if the spirit of the Most High or Elohim dwells within you, you must have an urge to get rid of all these things that is related to your past life. And if for some reason you feel you could hold on to it, your past, and hold on to the things that you achieved wickedly, if you feel that way, then something is wrong. Your conversion is not genuine, because the Spirit of the Most High would never have you holding on to things that were achieved with wickedness. You can't make that clean. You can't make it. You can't wash it. It's like bread. You can't wash it. You understand? You have to get rid of it totally. And when you get rid of it, then you seek to the Most High or Elohim, and He would lead you. That is, if you are genuine. You could test yourself and see if you are genuine. If you want to hold on to it, then believe me when I tell you that, who knows, maybe in your mind you want to, or you genuinely want to make that change. You know, you will have temptations. But if you are tempted to hold on to the things of the past that you wickedly attained, that is a hurdle you have to cross. You can't hold on to it. You have to let it go. You have to let it go. You have to prove your faith to the Most High. You have to let it go. Everything. If you are a song star, you are a movie star, whatever you were, you have to give up all rights to these worldly things and make it abundantly clear and live your life for the Most High or Elohim. Now, if for some reason you feel that what I am saying doesn't make sense, or maybe you might say I talk shit, you understand, then that is your problem, not mine. The situation is, that doesn't change the fact that it is the truth. But then, as I said, and I always say, if you would listen to me, or you listen to my videos, if you are interested in my videos because you have a heart for truth. But as long as you doesn't have a heart for truth, for the raw truth, as it is, the genuine, unblemished truth, you would never like my video. Because my videos or my sayings or things that I say will watch you right in the eye. You understand? And tell you what time it is. It's no bowing down and no trying to sneak up on you anything like what these Christian people does do. The raw truth will hit you. You understand? Just know you cannot serve two masters. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'm not going to tell you things that will make you feel nice and happy, and then we good to go and I'll get a lot of likes, and then you'll share my videos and, you know, think, no. It's nothing like that. If you want to do it, you want to share my video, you want to like my video, you want to listen to my video, it's all good. It's up to you, and it is for your good. That way, if your heart is inclined to truth, then we could have a conversation. It's very, very few people heart that is inclined to truth. Most people only like to hear what they've been hearing all along. They've been hearing in carnival day, they've been hearing Juve morning in tongue, they've been hearing the same thing they hear in Juve, they hear it in the church. Some of you are like that. So then you all will stick with that. That is not my problem. That is your problem. When the time come, judgment come, which it will come just like in the time of Noah. You know, have a good time. And don't incline your heart to truth. And then you would know. You know, think you could serve two masters. Think you could do wickedness and do good at the same time. That is not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. Most of you get weary. Most of you get tired. Most of you can't wait long enough to let the Spirit come into you and walk within you. Most of you get fed up, just like most of you get fed up with your relationships. You understand? Most of you get fed up with your relationship. It's like you'll love somebody today, and after 6 months you will love them again. What kind of love is this? You understand? Everything is like KFC, only good when it's hot. And you all don't think, like the scripture say, my people are sottish. My people don't consider. The scripture say my people are sottish because you're actually stupid. That is what the scripture basically said. You are foolish. That is what the scripture said. You say you don't consider. You understand? That means you don't think. Most of you don't want to think. Most of you are scared to think. Most of you will go to the Bible and read, and when a piece of truth hits you, you close it and you run. Because you don't want to sit and ponder on that piece of truth. You all make a mistake in every way possible. You all do this worthlessness. Somebody will watch you in your eyes and tell you how much you love you. You can't deal with it, you run away. A thing that is so scarce in our lives today as love. If I realize somebody genuinely love me, I want to find out where it is. I want to look for them. I want to make sure everything okay with them. That's how it is. But then I didn't come here to talk all these things. I was talking about when you are actually baptized. But not baptized, but when you made a change in your life and you decide to cast away the old man and pick up the new, right? But then overall is like, do you have a heart that craves truth? So what I am telling you here, for you to really get a grasp on it, you have to have a heart that want to know truth. A heart that want to know, why am I really here? Why? What is my purpose here? What is my purpose? Most of you people tells you that your purpose is to be a mechanic, or your purpose to be a soldier, your purpose to be some seamstress, or your purpose how that could be your purpose? That is not your purpose here. You understand? It is written in the scripture, and let me remember that scripture, Ecclesiastic, somewhere in Ecclesiastic, I think 12 and 13 or 13, 12 or something. He said that, let us say the conclusion of the whole matter. Love Yah and keep his commandment, for this is the whole duty of man. So all you have to do here, your duty on the face of the earth, is to serve the Most High. That's all. All the things that we just do is like side jobs, It's like side jobs just to keep us occupied, because the Most High create us that we will be creative. We could do stuff, we could walk lands, we could build stuff, but all those things are secondary. The most important thing here for us is to serve the Most High. That is all we are created to do. That is our purpose. Don't let people tell you anything else. Whether you are a nurse, you are a doctor, you are a police, you are a security, you are a mason, you are a painter, whatever you are, all those things are just side jobs. All those things are just jobs to keep you occupied. Right? Remember, it is written, you love the Most High with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and you love your neighbor as yourself. So then your duty consists of that, loving and serving the Most High and living righteously with your neighbors, with people. That's what you got to do here. But if you want to come here and they send you to school and you work, and they tell you where they learn to do this work, you are a doctor, then you work out your life being a doctor, and then you die. Your life wastes, because the only how your life could worth something is when you serve in the Most High or Elohim. I know most of you like material things. I know most of you feel good when you all have material things. Your confidence high when you have material things. If you have a old pants and you're walking on the road, you feel down. You have a old shoe, you're feeling down. But as soon as your shoe get new and your pants get new, you feel you're on top of the world. Material do you that. Cheap material, $60 and $200 and $400 material make you be like that. You are way more than that. You are priceless. But those are the things that make you feel confident. You're feeling like your chest broad. You know? You have a car that make you feel as though you're on top of the world. That is the life people live in. So in other words, you're degrading yourself, thinking you're uplifting yourself. Because if without this material you're feeling that you are nobody, then actually you made yourself into nobody. If you have to get pants and shorts and a whole stack clothes and material things for you to feel good about yourself, trust me, something is wrong with you. It doesn't matter how you cut it, something is most definitely wrong with you, and it's an abomination, and you have to look into it. Because your purpose is to serve the Most High. And material things should not have any influence on your soul and your emotions and how you feel. It's as simple as that. Okay? So, if you have a heart for truth, you'll realize how trivial, as you go, how trivial most things are, how useless most things are. And then when you honestly and truthfully seek truth and you look towards the Most High, I'm talking about being genuine. I'm not talking about trying to get to know things to go and argue in rum shop with nobody and play like you know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about knowing and living and feeling truth within you, knowing it is there and living in the light of truth. You understand? If you are willing to do that, if you want to do that, and you genuinely want to do that, I could tell you will know truth, and you will find out and experience the true meaning of life. I just ask myself, as a matter of fact, I don't ask myself that anymore, because I get to realize why I am here. But I used to always ask myself, why am I here? What is the purpose of here? I mean, it's like I'm gonna come here and I'm like, by experience, you're seeing people living to it 50 years, people living 20 years, people living 60, 70, 80, 90, having all this wealth and everything and kicking the bucket. You know? I mean, it's like some people will walk their life and when they reach 70 years, they spend 2 years and they die. How does that make sense? You see? How does that make sense? It have people telling me that it's good to travel all over the place and see different things, but how does that contribute to the meaning of this life? As a matter of fact, you might have a bucket list, as they say, and you want to go all over the place. Yeah, a bucket list. I want to go Japan, I want to go China, I want to go Africa, I want to go everywhere. That's your bucket list. I have a couple movies I want to see. That's your bucket list. So you want to do all these things before you're dead. Now, how does that contribute to your death or after you die? You understand what I'm saying? How does that contribute? What, with all this information, you see different size of buildings, different vehicles, different scenery. I mean, what does it do for your life? What does it do? Do you, when you lie down in the grave, do you go into this dream world and you're dreaming all these things and enjoying it? That is it. We have to know. You see? So whether you're living in a little area somewhere in the bush and you're serving the Most High, you're doing what you are here to do, your life is meaningful. You see? A lot of people come here and say they want to achieve this, they want to achieve it. By the time they achieve it, them is 65 going on 70. Some of them they reach 6, they work hard, right? All their life. Work. 65, 70 and the bills still pile up. You understand? They still owing on the house, owing on the land, owing on everything. How does that constitute to your purpose in this life? How? I look at this as a waste. You see, if you don't, and how it becomes a waste is when you don't know, you live and you die, and you never actually had this communion with our Elohim. That is a waste life, because you didn't do your due. Most people spend their whole life gathering, holding money, holding material things, just holding. Die and leave it and go. You understand? Without the Most High. Okay? Now, most people will look at it, well, that is how life should go. But then, the question I used to always ask myself is that, what could be the real purpose of this life? What about if he actually doesn't have an Elohim? What about if he doesn't have an Elohim? Right? He have no God, no nothing. What about if he doesn't have that? So then if he doesn't have a God, if he doesn't have an Elohim, and you live your life here all kind of how, right? And then you die, you don't have nothing to worry about. No, because you don't know God, you don't know nothing. But you could choose to live your life so. But what if you live your life telling yourself there is no God, there is no judgment, there is no Elohim? Then you kill people, you rob people, you eat all kind of thing, you rape, you do all kind of nasty stuff, then you die. And after you die, you realize, hey, there actually is a Elohim. Then what is your position then? But then if you live the life the way you should live, with love and you honor the Most High, and then you die and you don't have no Elohim, then you have nothing to lose. You understand? You have nothing to lose. The question is if you don't live the life and after you die, then you found out that there is an Elohim and there is a fire to burn, then you eat an axe. I don't think that is a risk a fella should want to take. I don't think that is a risk anybody should want to take. Because if there is an eternity, I want to be in that. I don't want to be like, come and live here up to 85, 90 years or whatever it is, and then die, and then I am no more. I'll burn up and I am no more. I don't want to do that. You see, I would like to live forever. I want to be conscious forever. I want to be like forever. You understand? So every day of my life, I will try to get closer to our Elohim. So if I try to get closer to our Elohim, one day I will be right up close to him. That is the journey. That is the walk. You know, so when he's choosing these people for eternity, I want to be in the number. I want the mark to play for me too. I want to be called. You understand? I want to be called by my true name, not by this name the slave masters give me. I want to be called. I want to be called up. You understand? Who wouldn't like to live forever? Huh? Well, once there is an forever, I want to be in that. So it doesn't matter what I have to give up. It doesn't matter what I have to do to serve our Elohim or what I have to endure. I will most definitely endure Because what I do know is that this life we are living here is not the real thing. It might have been the real thing if we didn't sin. But the fact that we sinned, the fact that we have fallen, we have to pick ourselves back up. And that is a journey that is actually a lifetime. So then throughout our lives, when we get the inspiration, we should, and when the Spirit come into us and lead us in the right path, then we have to go on that journey until the end of our day. Here, you must do that. You see, a lot of people go after everything else except the Most High. You know, I don't know if they think they will get salvation in them, but they goes after everything except our Elohim. So the stone that the builder refused will be the head cornerstone again. You understand? We have to be careful. If you have to give up everything that you owned, everything that you dishonorably receive, or you dishonestly receive, anything you receive by trickery and robbery or whatever it is, give up all those things, my friend, and walk the walk, and let your faith do the rest. Right? It's always a pleasure being here. I pray that you people would watch this video and all the other videos that I make. I doesn't make videos for any malicious reasons or anything. I just make videos for a genuine cause. I make videos because I would like people to have conversations about that. You know, I mostly like genuine people. You know, you have to be genuine. You have to be like real. You know, seriously. You know, and I think you have to have a whole lot of courage, you know, to be in that kind of state, because there is a lot of weakness going on here. So you're not supposed to be fearful of anything, you know. You see, perfect love casteth out fear. So if you have love in your heart, be bold. You know, I could recognize that. I could see that. You understand? Be bold and be fearless. Okay? So, as I said, if you make a decision to turn away from your wicked ways, please give up your past. Because you recognize the past life is not for you, leave it alone. Okay? I will most definitely see you guys in another video. Be at peace, be blessed, and may the Spirit of the Most High just wash itself upon you. As soon as you see that video, feel the Spirit. Be blessed.